A brisk October evening, and a perfect one at that here at Taft Field for some varsity football on the DAF Media Network. Dylan DeRiso alongside Cooper Puff and Yvonne Kennel, our special guest tonight. Glad to have you both on, and we have got quite the contest ahead of us here today. 2 3-2 teams coming into this game, and Cooper, I'll go to you quickly first. We'll talk about Fairfield Ludlow coming into this game 3-2, and why don't you give us their biggest strength that you see?
Ludlow's biggest strength's got to be their run game. Number 8, Aaron Field, has 13 total touchdowns, 12 rushing, and he also plays the other side of the ball at linebacker with 1 pick 6 on the season.
And Andy, I'll go to you next, talking about this Darien team. You've been watching them all year, and you've been watching them for multiple years now. What do you see coming into this game between these two teams, and what do you think is going to be Darien's biggest proponent to propel them forwards to a victory today?
I think we're looking for a complete game out of Darien. We enjoyed the Wilton Miracle. They put it together, but we're yet to see all 3 phases come together. I know Coach Forget and team really hoping they can get that done tonight.
Herget to kick the ball away, and we are off here from Taft Field. We return taken down at about the 28-yard line. And the Fairfield Ludlow offense will take the field for the first time today. Andy, I'll go to you first. Darien, obviously, like you said, coming off that big Wilton Miracle last game, that final drive certainly a thriller. But the Blue Wave haven't been performing up to the same level that they were last year. And they're sort of putting things together at this point in the season. It seems they're starting to light that spark and sort of hoping to get going.
Yep, let's see what they do here. Got a 2x2. Looks like he's going to run it. Right up the middle. Big hole. Nice tackle by Galamo.
And he'll be taken down at the Darien 46. That's Michael Palladino, the senior, his first year starting for the Falcons. So off the bat, a big gain for Fairfield Ludlow. Lineup trips out to the right. Palladino will take it once more. This time picking up about 4 yards.
Quarterback keeper number 10, Michael Palladino.
Yeah, we saw this last year in this same contest here. The Ludlow quarterback, they love to run the option. Quarterback either sneaks it or they pitch it off to the running back.
And Cooper, they haven't really thrown the ball much this year, have they? Especially with Aaron Field, that running back. They've been keeping it on the ground most of the time.
Yeah, Aaron Field has 12 touchdowns, and they only have 3 on the air. So the run game's going to be their first choice.
This time they will hand it off. Picks up about 3.
Handoff number 3, Aaron Field for a short gain. It's a 3rd down.
Third and 3 now for the Falcons. They'll take it, breaking through, picking up about 7 or 8 on that one. First down with Palladino.
First down. 1st and 10.
And we can already see that option coming to life here for the Falcons.
Yep, we'll switch a quarterback here.
Looks like they'll bring in number 9, Jackson Cook. Now, Palladino is labeled as a slot receiver and linebacker on our roster sheet. Cook is labeled as the quarterback. So they might be going to the air now. It looks like they will. Throws that one across, about a 9-yard gain. Another big pickup for Fairfield Ludlow. They are driving. That one complete to Jake Aguilar, the senior.
Similar to last year, you see Coach Ross is not afraid to mix it up, bring different looks, put players in different positions.
Last year, we also saw him pulling out a lot of trick plays, too, to get Darien to bite early on, and that was working for him. Got him a lot of momentum early on in that game. We'll see if Coach Ross reverts to that again. This time, Darien's finally able to make a tackle in the backfield.
Brought the linebacker.
Quarterback.
Dylan, you were talking about the last year's game. Ludlow couldn't have had a better start. They returned the kickoff for a touchdown. So
I do recall that now that you bring it up. So they certainly did have a fast start to that game, and this year not as fast, not quite a quick kick return touchdown, but certainly driving on Darien.
See what they dial up here. Big 3rd down. 2x2. Look for number 8 underneath.
Cook will remain in shotgun. He'll drop back.
It is.
Looking, that one complete at the 11-yard line. That's number 8, Aaron Field, the running back once again. And
they really like Field out of the backfield. They swing him out,
11-yard line.
all formations, big target for Cook.
Well, Ludlow's O-line's doing a great job getting a great first push during the run plays and having great protection for Cook in the backfield to make a perfect throw to Aaron Field.
Cook remains in. He'll hand it off to Field, who's dragged down, excuse me, at the line.
This will be a bend, don't break moment for our defense here for the Blue Wave. I'd look at number 24 for the Falcons. Good time for Mitch Ross to dial him up. Bigger receiver at the 1.
That's Jake Mador, the junior. You can see he's got James Schwind guarding him. Schwind, one of the shorter Darien cornerbacks. You can see Mador, probably the tallest of the wide receivers. This time, Cook incomplete. Was looking for Palladino. That'll make a 3rd down now and about 5. 3rd and 6.
Bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Big 3rd down coming from Mitch. Let's see if he gets crafty or if he goes with his basic stuff. He likes to clear him out, hit the under route. Let's see what he does here.
It's like Palladino. Let's see who steps up in the quarterback place here. It'll be Cook. Palladino out to the right side.
They're going to go to Field. There he is.
Quick screen to Field. Field is there, and he is in. Untouched. Aaron Field putting points on the board first for the Falcons. And we are off and running. Andy Von Kennel making the call. Just a quick
Number
screen
8,
out to
Aaron Field on the touchdown reception.
And perfect execution for Fairfield Ludlow, starting off with the lead, just as they did last year.
Yeah, I think the big difference I'm seeing is that was a perfect drive for Ludlow. And the PAT to finish.
Up and cleared, nice and easy, and Fairfield Ludlow, just like that, has got the momentum with the 7-0 lead early on.
Yeah, the Falcons had a pretty much perfect drive there, ran the ball well, passed the ball well, and it resulted in a touchdown for them.
They went to Aaron Field on the ground, and they went to him through the air. And Aaron Field led the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons down to score, putting the first points on the board in this one.
Kicking off for the Falcons, number 4, Caleb Neal, and back for Darien.
All right, it is Blue Wave time. These teams are basically mirror images. Let's see if the Blue Wave can put together a great drive and put 7 on the board here.
Kick up and away off the foot of Caleb McNeil, the senior kicker. That one will go out of bounds. Flag is down, and Darien will start with some good field position off the bat.
They'll bring it out to
Simeon Dahl takes the field for the Blue Wave. Helped to lead that late game comeback against Wilton last week. Of course, Trevor Herget was the star of that show. And we'll see if Herget plays a big role here in this one.
Ludlow likes the 3-down lineman. Let's see if we try to get that trap going up the middle here.
Dahl, quick handoff to Wilson. Wilson tripped up at the line, maybe picked up 1.
Jake Wilson for a short gain. Bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 8, familiar position for the Blue Wave.
Darien is out with Duncan Easterbrook this week. Got injured last week against Wilton.
Now the southpaw drops back, looking down to Herget. Oh, just through his fingers. Trevor Herget had nothing but open field in front of him, and if he got his hands on that ball, he would have been gone.
That was a good ball by Simeon Dahl. They've got a good matchup there. That's a sophomore, number 23. He's very quick, but a little undersized to cover Herget.
Rare mistake from Trevor Herget. So now it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Blue Wave.
Big 3rd down, trips left.
Now Dahl, under pressure, flushed out to his left. He'll look. That one incomplete, intended for Briggs McGuckin. There is a flag down on the field.
Looks like a hold.
Penalty declined against Darien, brings up a 4th down for the Blue
Face
Wave.
mask call. The 4th and 8 now for Darien. And they will punt that ball. Trevor Herget
Back to receive the punt, number 8, Aaron
coming out to punt it. Very unsuccessful drive for the Blue Wave. That is not the start that they wanted. And Fairfield Ludlow is going to get the ball right back with plenty of momentum.
Wow, close.
Herget barely got that one away. It'll roll.
And the ball is down at the
Touched up by Sean
31
McGarren.
yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 Falcons.
Ludlow will start on their own 31.
Well, big drive here. Forget coached at Ludlow for a couple years. Mitch Ross, obviously a product of Darien, where he had a ton of success. He's kind of built a mirror image of what the Wave had going in the late 2015 timeframe, where they had 3 years of being number 1 in the state.
But we'll see what happens here now. Second drive for the Falcons. It'll be taken by Palladino off the bat. Palladino breaking through the middle. A big pickup for Ludlow.
Michael Palladino, enough for a Falcon 1st down.
Looked to be almost a 20-yard pickup.
At the Darien 47-yard line.
Looks
Call it
identical.
22.
Looks identical to the first start of their first drive. Palladino takes it up the middle for a huge gain. And Darien has to figure out a way to stop that.
Yeah, big nod to Mitch Ross. Creativity, seeing something he likes, puts it in. Coaches will usually do that till you show them you can stop it.
This time a handoff to Field. He'll pick up 3 or 4.
Pick up of 5 yards. Pick up a 2nd and 5.
This time they can't do the bend don't break. Blue Wave need a stop.
They certainly do, and
Got
Falcons have been driving through with ease so far.
like to see AJ Kelly or Jack Barber, seniors on the end here, make something happen.
Drops back, looking down to Field, almost makes the one-handed grab incomplete.
Ball's incomplete.
3rd and 5.
Bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Falcons.
Cooper Cook's having a lot of time in the backfield right now. Darien not putting a ton of pressure on him yet.
Yeah, I definitely think that's been Darien's weak point on the defense. They do a great job usually stopping the run, but their weak point's definitely getting to the quarterback. Only a couple of sacks this season, and they definitely need to work on that.
Big 3rd and 5 here. 2 by 2. Field out of the backfield again.
Drops way back. Now a mid-screen over to Palladino.
Nice.
That'll get him the 1st down and a little more.
Pass complete.
Palladino did a great job there. He made the adjustment. Ball came out a little high for him, but he was able to catch it and get the 1st down.
Another up for a Falcon first down. 1st and 10.
Again, I think you got to acknowledge, right?
Darien,
Ross knows the pressure's coming on 3rd and 5. Run the screen.
And it's working for him so far. Now a handoff to Field.
Handoff number 8 here in Field for a pickup of about 4 yards.
2nd and 5 or 6. Make it 6.
Got Hagan back in the middle. They rotate the defensive tackles a fair amount. Got a core of senior linebackers in Mac McGarren, J.D. Brennan, and Leighton Reeser. Quad's right. He's going to roll right for sure here. They got all the space.
Cook, little trouble on the snap. His knee touched the ground. And that's a nice break for the Blue Wave. That'll make it 3rd down, maybe 8 or 9 now. Maybe even 10.
Big opportunity here for the Wave. Let's see what the coaches dial up.
My knee will bring up 3rd and 10.
And this is a moment here, Andy. It's early in this game, but it almost seems like Darien needs this stop. Kind of a defining drive here. Will Fairfield Ludlow continue to drive on Darien, or will they be able to cause a halt in that offensive train?
I think that's right. Here it comes.
Cook out to his right. Looks incomplete, intended for Palladino, and it'll be 4th down and 10.
Definitely 4th down territory for the Falcons. If I was to make an assessment on that.
Well, the Falcons also like to do that kind of shotgun punts. You don't really know what you're getting with the look. I'm actually a pretty big fan of it if you've got a quarterback that can kick or run.
Looks like the offense will be staying on. Caleb McNeil, the kicker, was walking up the sideline, ready to come on out and punt the ball.
Yep, they brought in Herget.
Darien with a personnel change. Possibly a little pooch punt protection. Or a little deep zone prevent for the Wave. Cook under pressure, fumbles it. Flag is down. We'll see who picked it up.
Ball's loose, recovered.
Huge play for the Blue Wave.
We'll see who they award it to. We got to see the flag as well.
4th down.
Darien brought the heat on that one.
All right, offense back on the field for the Wave. 7-0, 3:51 left.
And that ball rolled back too, giving the Darien offense a little boost now as well. They'll start with it at the 42-yard line, and we'll see if Simeon Dahl, Trevor Herget, and the rest of the Wave offense can get something going on drive number 2.
Yeah, great field position for the Wave. They had a tough break with Herget missing that pass on the last drive, but if they can capitalize on the field position, they should be good.
Trips to the left, they give it to Wilson. Wilson breaking through. Jake Wilson all the way down the field. Still fighting. Almost there.
Hand off to number 12, Jake Wilson.
Sideline referee calling him down at about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Darien first down.
But that is a huge run for Jake Wilson. And now the Blue Wave have got some great field position within the red zone and a chance to strike here in the first quarter.
It's a very nice run by Wilson. Thoroughbreds, they never run half speed.
Jake did a great job finding the hole there, and then he cut it outside and had the open.
Let's see what they draw up here. Trips out to the left, Wilson to his left.
It's almost identical to how Ludlow's playing.
Little pitch to the outside, Jake Wilson in for the score.
Big touchdown for Wave right there.
Darien putting up points and almost tying this game right back up with 3:34 to go in the first quarter. And Jake Wilson breaking a huge run, leading to some good red zone positioning. Then he gets the pitch, and that's a score for the captain.
It's a moment of truth right here. Darien has not been good on PATs this year. These teams are mirror images. They need this conversion.
That's Jake Wilson's 8th touchdown of the season.
Well, this will be interesting with that offsides. What does Forget decide to do?
see Forget coming down the sideline now, and looks like they're going to go for 2.
Darien going for the 2-point conversion.
Dahl and Co. back on the field. And here's a chance for the Wave to go up now.
They didn't put 2 backs in the backfield. They got them spread out.
And it looks like he is in.
And the 2-point conversion is good.
8-7 in favor of the Wave.
Bit of a gift, though, wasn't it, boys? They the kicker was running up, acting like he was going to get his feet right. Got the DN to jump. Got some favorable field position out of it.
That works. Darien's got to be happy after that one, especially coming off that first 3 and out. Things were not looking bright off the initial drive, but they were able to turn things around. And now the Blue Wave are up 8-7. Fairfield Ludlow has no plans of stopping on offense, though.
I bet they'll probably continue handing off the ball to Aaron Field, running out of that option. It's been working for them, and I think they'll continue with that.
Taking a second here to line up the kick. Herget comes out with the ball. Palladino and Field all the way back to return for the Falcons. 3:34 to go in the first quarter.
Kicking off number 28, Trevor Berger.
This is a big, big possession for Mitch Ross. 5-5 last year. Been here since 2017. Still hunting for a statement game. Everybody knows he would love to do it against the Wave.
The left footer Herget sends it all the way down to the 8-yard line. It'll be taken back by Field. Field gets a break. He's got to beat Schwind. He gets by Schwind and gets a little more. Dragged down by Herget. And the Falcons have got the ball at the 42. And that's the Darien 42. A huge return for Aaron Field.
It's a nice run by number 8. He's their horse, but you've got to be tighter if you're the Blue Wave. There's 3 phases to the game. Special teams is a big piece of the puzzle. Is that the Blue Wave fans there?
That is. That looks like the Darien section of parents.
Blue Wave Nation here representing. They went with their full house backfield. They do a direct snap run, typically to 8 or 10. Let's see what they do here. Oh, ball's on the ground.
Fumbles it. Darien thinks they have it. Do they? Yes, they do. Blue Wave ball. And after that big return for Fairfield Ludlow, Cook messed it up on the snap. That's the second time this game. And this time Darien capitalizes, and they've got the ball right back and the momentum on their side.
Cook just couldn't hold on to it. Wasn't a particularly low snap, but that's back-to-back fumbles for the Falcons, and the momentum has completely changed to the Wave offense.
Great moment for the Wave. Right here, you don't worry about the horse being blind. You just load the wagons.
Trips out to the right. Brady McCorney on the bubble screen, cuts back to the inside. Swarmed by Ludlow defensemen, taken down behind the line. And that'll be a loss of 1.
Met by a host of Fairfield Ludlow tacklers.
Wasn't much there
2nd and 11.
for McCorney.
2nd down and 11 now for the Wave. This time trips out to the left.
Ball on the right hash is kind of the gift with number 4 quarterback, right? Looks like we got Duncan Easterbrook in, too, at right tackle right now.
He's got that brace on his right knee. Dahl looking, overthrowing McGuckin once again. He did that on the first drive of the game, that 3rd down. Does it once more.
Duncan came in, and now he's heading back out. His knee must be bothering him as he injured it again last week against Wilton. Brian Zengo, number 74, will enter for him.
Let's see what they dial up here. Big play for the Wave.
3rd and 11. This time, receivers split. Dahl drops back. looks to his left, complete to Picorni for the first down and more. Brady Picorni running a man down. They'll whistle him down at the 30.
Briggs McGuckin, enough for a Darien first down.
That should get the team fired up.
Picorni running through that man.
Falcon 31-yard line.
Coop, that might be an angry run candidate. You might have to get Kyle Brandt on the line.
Let's take another look at this one.
Lovely.
The Notre Dame-bound lacrosse attackman showing out for the Blue Wave his first year playing football on the varsity team, that is, as Dahl is dragged down behind the line.
Oh, unfortunate.
Good
finish there by James Tom, 77 with a pancake block.
Dahl was able to evade the first defender, but the swarm came right after that.
Duncan Easterbrook might be hurt, but we got a lot of good senior linemen. I'd love to see a little Adam Nelson, Big Red out there tonight. Maybe we could see a little Richie Almy. A lot of depth.
Absolutely. Trips to the right now. Wilson will take it. Trying to find his way back to the original spot. I don't even know if he got there.
Yeah, 2nd and 15. That was a tough call. All right, 3rd and 12. Let's see what we dial up.
No shortage of Falcon defensive linemen on the ball tonight. They have been all over it in the backfield.
Theo Nadich snapping.
Now Dahl looking. That one.
Looks like a great catch.
They'll give it to him. Picorni.
Number 5.
Second down. Or,
Brady Picorni.
excuse me, it'll be 4th and 2 now, I believe.
4th and 2.
That one was close. The refs are going to give it to him, though.
This is high school football, so there are no challenges.
But it looks like he got his hands under it. We'll give it to him.
Maybe run behind senior Austin Enner here.
We'll see if Ludlow brings the heat on 4th.
Tom Nadich and Enner in the middle there. Let's see what happens.
The Falcons bringing it all. Dahl over the top. Complete to McGuckin at the 1-yard line. That's a huge catch for the junior Briggs McGuckin.
Really glad to see Briggs make that catch. He was an excellent receiver.
We go 1st and goal.
He's psyched up after that one, and Darien's got a big 1st and goal now with 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
Huge play from Dahl there. Wasn't afraid to go deep with the 4th down there.
Great point, Coop. High risk, high reward. McGuckin was all business.
They'll hand it off to Wilson up the middle. He is
Touchdown.
in.
Touchdown.
14-7 Blue Wave, and Darien is rolling.
That is a big touchdown.
Big score. Darien now a full possession ahead.
Tucker Stevens with the PAT here.
Little less gravity with this kick after that 2-point conversion. Stevens up and through flawlessly.
Fantastic.
15-7 Wave. And how about that? What seemed to be a possible big drive ahead for Fairfield Ludlow off that big return from Field. There was a fumble from Cook. Darien turned it around. Briggs McGuckin with the big catch. And Jake Wilson finishing off the drive. 15-7 Blue Wave.
Back for the Falcons, number 10 Michael Palladino and number 8 Aaron Field. Kicking off for
Blue Wave was given a little gift with the turnover, but the magic is you got to make something of it, and they did.
McMullen appears to be on kickoff
Isaac McMullen
instead of Trevor.
McMullen's been here and there on the kicks this season. He did have an injury to one of his knees. That kick up and away. I'll make it down to the 16. It'll be returned now by Field as Field is taken down.
Kickoff taken by number 8 Aaron Field. Bring up a 1st and 10
by
for the
number
Falcons.
37 Stephen Correa, the junior.
Looks like we'll get one play off here before we end the quarter.
1st and 10 for Fairfield Ludlow.
You think Ross will dial up some trickery here?
We'll see. He was pulling a lot of tricks out of the bag last year. Those were very early in the game. So we'll see. It's possible he's saving them this year. Not sure what's going to happen. Trips out to the left. Cook drops back. That one incomplete. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. 15-7 wave after one. We'll be back here in just a few moments on the DAF Media Network. Back here live on the DAF Media Network for the start of the second quarter. 15-7 our score. Darien with the lead, and Fairfield Ludlow with 2nd and 10. Cook out to his right.
Barber's got him.
Pressured by Jack Barber. Barber containing, taking him down, picking up a big sack for the Williams-bound defensive end.
That's a good one-on-one win. Wraps him up. Cooper, what do you think of the little cash money at the end? I'm thinking Jack's parents is not a fan of that.
Well, that's Jack's 2nd sack on the season. He's definitely excited, and it was a huge play for them.
Hopefully hyping up the rest of that Darien defensive line.
It's a different look we got in defense now. They got Trevor Herget playing like a deep free safety. We haven't seen that all season.
Jackson Cook looking down the field, complete, and he'll get over for the first. Just like that, quick Jackson Cook across the middle and reaching for that first, getting it, and moving the chains.
They love Field out of the backfield. Great athlete, plays both sides of the ball. They are clearly getting it to their horse as much as possible.
This time, Palladino and Cook on the hips, or Palladino and Field, that is, on the hips of Jackson Cook. They'll give it to Field. Trying to keep those feet churning, picks up 3 or 4.
And off to number 8, Aaron Field, for a gain of 3. Bring up a 2nd and 7.
I like how they're rotating the defensive tackles still. They're really deep at corner. You got a lot of seniors, Kean Levine, Sam Hall, Bradley Stevens. We've seen 5 different starters at cornerback this year. You've seen Brady Picorni, Trevor Herget, Harry Von Kennel, Morgan Rupenstein, and James Schwinn, 24.
Win Schwinn on the far side, covering Mater.
Here's their direct snap run formation. Oh, the trickery.
Getting way over. Almost complete. Had it in his hands and he dropped it. Jake Aguilar, the senior.
This is why I love Mitch Ross. His run formation, has him pull it out. Goes for the big hit to number 3.
In the basket.
Whew.
Couldn't haul it in.
It was a direct snap to Aaron Field, and Aaron Field gave it back to Cook and tried to find Aligar. But like Trevor on the first drive, was unable to haul it in.
Big 3rd down. Got the sophomore in. Speedy 23.
Jet motion across. Looking over. Incomplete. They want the interference call. They will not get it.
Yeah, let's see it again.
It would be on Leighton Reeser, I believe.
Ramsey Adams, only a sophomore. He's got a ton of speed, plays a little bit of both sides of the ball. As soon as you see them take number 8 off the field, you know they're probably doing something with 23.
Reeser just never turned around for that, and that's why the Falcons fans got upset, because a cornerback has to make a play on the ball and turn around to look at it, or it is pass interference.
4th and 7. They're intending to go for it here. Never mind,
Yep.
Pooch punt. Up and away, Girolamo back to return. Cuts in. Makes it out to about the 25-yard line almost. And the Darien offense will come back out once again with 9:43 to go in the second quarter. The Blue Wave up 15-7. A big touchdown the last drive by Jake Wilson. Both touchdowns have been courtesy of Jake Wilson.
A little trickery there with the punt there, but Darien was ready for that.
Trips out to the right. Dahl with Wilson to his left. He gives it to Wilson. Wilson smothered once more. He'll pick up a couple.
Very consistent on first down, the Blue Wave this year.
Not much of a hole there for Wilson. Couldn't break it into the second level.
2nd and 8 for the Blue Wave. Trips to the right side once again. This time Dahl will drop back. He'll break to his right. Finding McGuckin across the middle for the first down and 10 more.
Number 6, Briggs McGuckin.
Moving the chains at the 45 for the Wave now.
Dahl did a great job there. He was looking McMullen's way to the left side, saw that it was covered, and looked for his second read McGuckin across the middle.
First and 10.
Simeon's so dangerous outside the tackles. You know, rolling him out like that, giving him time to just be athletic. Boy, now we got the right hash. I'm loving having the right hash.
Dahl is a lefty quarterback, so when the far side of the field is mostly left, he definitely enjoys that.
Now he'll look to his left to Herget. Through the fingers once more.
And again, just a little too far out of the reach of Herget.
You think in a situation a guy might want to try to lay out to make that catch. Herget not doing so, 2nd and 10.
Gotta like that matchup. 28 and 23 favors Darien all day. I expect they'll go back to that again.
Yeah, Herget's done a great job this game creating separation. However, he hasn't been able to haul in any of the targets to him.
They'll hand it off to Wilson, trying to break around the outside. He cannot. Drag down a couple yards behind the line. And it'll be 3rd down and 12 now for Darien.
Good job by the Ludlow D-line.
Yeah, nothing there for Wilson.
Got McMullen and Picorni and Herget over here. Wilson to Dahl's left.
Ludlow looking with the man coverage. Dahl will take it and run. Gets past the 50 to the 48, and it won't be enough.
What do you think, Puff?
Dahl did a great job there. He realized that all his men were covered, and he was able to create 10-yard gain for the Blue Wave to continue on this drive. They will go for it on 4th down.
Well, we've definitely seen Forget roll the dice in questionable moments, so there's no doubt here.
4th and 3. Looks like he went for the hard count initially. Fairfield Ludlow crowd getting a bit riled up. Big time for them. Jake Wilson getting through. Is he there? They give him a great
spot. Looks like
spot.
they're going to give it to him.
Got to see the replay. I feel like he maybe fell over it. Hard to say. Yeah.
They'll give it to him.
Great push for the O-line there.
Darien offense stays on the field after hitting a bit of traffic.
You got Nadage, Enter, and Tom in the middle of that line. And then you got Zengo. Who's on the other side? Jack Stewart?
Looks like it. Here's Dahl. Way down to Herget. Almost intercepted, bouncing off the fingers of Ryan Ferris, the senior.
Ferris had a great opportunity there, but I believe it was jarred loose by his own teammate, number 23, hitting it.
You had McGuckin and Herget so close together in that route scheme.
That appeared to drag those two defenders together as well, and Ada jarred the ball out of the hands of Ferris. And we've got a timeout now called by Darien. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in a second on the DAF Media Network. Back here live, 6:34 to go in the second quarter, fresh off a Darien timeout, 2nd and 10 for the Wave. Dahl, he'll look right first. This time he'll throw the screen to McMullen, who cuts way back to the inside. He'll keep going across, and that is not what you want to see.
He's got to get upfield.
Behind the line, and you want to see north-south running there, and that was the exact opposite.
Yeah, the wide receivers had a great hole for McMullen, but he decided to cross it back up into the middle.
Yeah,
not what you want to do there.
Just an unfortunate choice right there. Number 3's got one of the biggest hearts on the field. Right there, he should have followed his big 3 guys who were marching down the field.
Third and 11. Trips left. Dahl looking down to Herget. Herget is there, making the catch at the 15. A big pickup for Darien. Hustling down the field. Trevor Herget snagging that one out of the air, no problem.
Yeah, who else better to go to than Herget? Herget on a 50-50 jump ball. Most likely going to come down with it. He's an incredible athlete for the Wave.
Herget's got a ridiculous vertical.
I mean, you're close to 6'4" with that vertical. I don't know how you don't get him the ball half the time.
This time they'll go to Wilson up the middle. Jake Wilson breaking through, still on his feet. His 3rd touchdown of the game, and the Blue Wave are up 21-7.
A fantastic job by the Blue Wave. I think that's really the power of 28. When Herget starts performing, it's going to open it up for other athletes like Jake Wilson and the rest of the Blue Wave. Great block by Theo Nadage there, sealing. Good push overall by the Wave. 3-touchdown game for Wilson.
Big game for Wilson so far. Not without the help of everyone else on that offense. And now Ludlow's got a hole they've got to dig themselves out of.
Kick is good.
Very excited to see that PAT go through, guys.
Tucker Stevens, flawless on both the PATs today.
Wilson continues to add to his tally of 10 total touchdowns this season.
And now Ludlow, they've got to get something going here before halftime if they want to remain in this game. Down 2 touchdowns with 5.5 to go in the half.
I think if we're going to see Xbox shenanigans, Now's the time.
Now is the time.
Just referencing Mitch Ross last year, dialing in the double passes, the fake punts, onside kicks, anything to beat his former home.
Now, they'll take this out to the 29.
Kickoff return by number 8, Aaron Field.
First and 10 for Fairfield Ludlow.
9.5-yard line. 30-yard line, be first and 10 Falcons at the 30.
It's a really big series for the Blue Wave defense. You go 3 and out here.
Darien can hit him with a real dagger if they're able to make the stop.
Got McElhose and Girolamo at safeties.
Falcons have to go back to what they did on the first drive, run the ball, and not try any questionable plays. You know, they also have to hold on to the ball, so ball security is definitely a big one for them.
Jackson Cooks had 2 fumbles today. He'll drop back, complete to Palladino. Making his way to the sideline. They'll give him the first down as well. Palladino making something out of nothing there. 10-yard pickup.
Palladino is having a great game alongside his teammate Field. Those are definitely the go-to players for the Falcons.
First and 10 from the 40. Cook in shotgun.
Looks like he's gonna got 2x2.
Looks like it with Palladino to the right side. J.D. Brennan's going to go for the wave. Now across, complete to Field for a 6-yard pickup.
That was a great read by Cook there. They sent number 11, Mac McGarren, for a blitz, and he threw it right over the middle.
J.D. Brennan. J.D. wearing the Micah Parson number this year. A little bit of a mix-up, right?
Brennan's had a phenomenal season so far. Definitely a huge contributor to that Wave defense.
They'll hand it off to Field, who stopped at the line.
For no gain, pick up 3rd down.
3rd and 4 now for Fairfield Ludlow, and a big 3rd down at that with 4 minutes to go in the half.
Looks like they burned Leighton Reeser there. The D just does better when they send a backer. Got Walker Brown in at the end now. He's a junior. Appears to be a little bit undersized, but a great athlete. Very quick to the QB.
Certainly. And you mentioned sending a backer has been helping that Darien defense, and Cook has not been performing well when he's pressured, as we've seen multiple times this game. They'll send J.D. Brennan once again, give it to Field. He'll pick up 1 or 2.
4th and short. I think Mitch Ross goes for it here. What do you think, Coop?
I think it's a smart move. Down by at least 2 scores. They need a big play here, and they got to continue the momentum before half.
Carter Hagan slow to get up. Hagan had a great sack against Wilton. Showed incredible hand strength.
Hagan will come off now. As you mentioned, he'll be replaced by number 58. And we don't have a name on that.
Charlie Tom, sophomore Charlie Tom. Second Tomboy on the field tonight. Big 4th down. Oh, yeah.
That one.
Oh,
deflected.
Yeah.
And Darien's offense will come back on the field now with 2:50 to go in the half, and we'll see what the Blue Wave can cook up here on the offensive side of the field.
I'm not sure who got it, but a lot of Blue Wave Nation's been screaming all year, get your hands up, as we played a couple shorter quarterbacks this season. Love seeing that swat.
Darien has enough time to get down the field and score. 2 minutes 49 left in the half.
And they'll immediately set up.
I think it's Trevor time.
I agree.
Trevor, definitely a huge read here. Falcons have to do something to stop him.
You got ISO with Brady, too, on an undersized DB.
Dahl. He'll look to Picorni first. He'll throw to Picorni along the sideline. Had his hands up for it. Incomplete. well protected by Jack Nagy, the junior cornerback, who gets some reps at running back as well.
Even if Picorni was able to come down with that, he would have landed far out of bounds. I definitely like Dahl giving his receivers this one-on-one coverage, as the Falcons do not have much help with the safeties. A lot of one-on-one coverage here.
Twins again, they'll give it to Wilson though, and he's stopped 2 yards behind the line.
12, taken down by number 8, Aaron Field, for a 1-yard loss. Bring up 3rd down.
That inside zone all year,
11.
if you don't account for that D end, he just slams down on him almost every time.
Yeah, Aaron Field would just cut the gap. He was able to get Wilson behind the line.
3rd and 11. Dahl drops back. He'll look right first. Finds Picorni. 1st down, Darien.
Pass complete.
2 minutes to go in the half. Whistle blown. Flag down in the backfield.
Flag on the play.
Great hands by Picorni.
Looks like this play is going to come back for a holding.
Holding. And that's a big one. A momentum killer, if I may, for Darien, as it'll now be 3rd down and that'd be 21 now.
Coop, what do you do here? Do you try to chunk out 10 and go for it on 4th, or you keep the ball on the ground and try to switch the field?
I think they should try to cut down like 10 yards or something, go for it on 4th down, continue the offense. There's nothing really to lose up to possessions.
And if you really do go for it on 4th, you fail to get it. Worst case scenario for the Blue Wave. Their defense has been playing pretty solid.
Besides that first drive, the Darien defense has done a great job.
He'll look to Picorni.
Great catch.
Big play all the way down, just 2 yards short of the first. 4th and 2. And now you're right back in 4th down territory.
That's exactly what the Wave wanted to do. Pick up a bunch of yards, make it 4th down territory for them.
2.
You clear it out with 28. Number 5's got great hands. Well executed.
The Wave receivers have done a great job today. Although they don't have any touchdowns to their name, they've definitely had a spark on this offense.
Absolutely.
They'll hand it off to Wilson. He'll get some help from the O-line. 1st down, Darien.
Yeah, number 12.
Great blocking from the O-line there. They got the first push.
Darien, 1st down.
And it allowed Jake Wilson to get a good gain of about 5 yards.
Now Darien's going to want to start being wary of that clock. Minute 19 to go in the half.
Darien did blow their first timeout already.
That clock is running. Minute 10 now. Dahl. He wants Herget. He'll look to Herget. Far beyond him. A couple of yards at that. 2nd down and 10.
Herget falls incomplete. Brings up a 2nd
They were
down.
looking for that 1st and 10 long shot.
I like it.
Now
I
they'll
like
try
it,
to pick
Dylan.
up. What do you think?
I like it.
Shorter yardage here?
I do. I think you go under route. I think you clear him out with 28, and then you look for sort of McGuckin or Picorni coming underneath. Actually, the routes that Ludlow runs, I'd like to see here.
Trips to the left side. Wilson to his left side. Wants Herget.
Looking long. Herget's open.
Downfield, Trevor Herget in the end
great
zone.
defense.
Well defended.
Great
Perfect
defense. Great defense.
Number 30, Ryan Torello, the sophomore safety, making the big stop for Fairfield Ludlow, preventing Trevor Herget from catching a big touchdown.
Great recovery there from Torello.
Wow, beautiful.
Herget was open down the field.
Had flashbacks of last year, right before half, when they hit Minikis on the 50-yard.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, too, watching him go down like that.
Great defensive play.
Darien definitely not afraid to sling the ball downfield.
Dahl, this time looking to Picorni. Well defended once again. That was Ada on the coverage.
Looks like a good ball from Dahl. Just great defense again. That sophomore. Playing tough.
Two great sophomore safeties for Fairfield Ludlow, Ada and Torello.
Well, 4th and 10, I think we know what they're going to do, Puff.
I definitely think it's going to be a passing play. Herget, Picorni, McMullen, they've all looked great tonight.
We'll see. Looks straight to Trevor Herget. Looking to Trevor Herget on the sideline, just beyond his fingers. Incomplete turnover.
Just a little too high for Herget to bring down.
At the 35-yard line.
And Andy, is now when you bring out the trickery, you got 36 seconds left in the half.
You know what? I think it's going to be more, let's look for a double move to number 24. Jake Medore. He's a junior. He's their biggest receiver. We haven't really seen him get the ball tonight. I like that Darien's actually running more of a prevent defense with 3 deep safeties.
They did put Herget back there. Originally started the season out at cornerback, moved to the offense, but they still put him in at
Cook,
deep safety.
Out to his right, looking up and over.
The hose.
Intercepted.
The hose.
Robert McElhose.
The hose has it.
Intercepted by number 22, Robert McElhose.
And he tracked that thing all the way down.
You know, last week, McElhose had another beautiful interception and the turf monster got him. This week, he went down. Puff, I think we need to talk to the hose about getting those rugby wheels going. I'd like to see him take that one to the house.
That's McElhose's second interception. He's a great rugby player, very physical, and he's hard to bring down.
He certainly is. He's a fast kid, too.
Once he has the ball, too, it's like another gear.
Oh, yeah. 27 seconds left in the half for Darien. Trips to the right. They'll give it to Wilson. He'll pick up a couple, and it looks like Darien won't go for anything too big here.
They do get the ball at half.
Darien's going to run out the clock here.
They're lining
Send it
up
out to the halftime.
Lining up for a quick play here, actually.
Maybe one last final play.
Possibly. Dahl will take it and run. No, he'll throw, complete to McMullen along the sideline. Time expired, and that'll bring us to the half.
That's the end of the first half.
Halfway through this one, 22-7. Darien leads. Jake Wilson with 3 touchdowns. And we'll be back in a few moments on the DAF Media Network.
in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and the offer to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the center oval and upper oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
back for the second half of play here at Taft Field at Fairfield Ludlowe High School. Darien currently winning this one 22-7, scoring 3 straight touchdowns, 3 straight unanswered, all courtesy of Jake Wilson. Dylan DeRiso, Cooper Puff, Andy Von Kennel. Glad you could be joining us once again for the second half. And here goes Ludlow with the onside kick. And they will recover it. It appears Andy bringing out the trickery early.
There it is, Dylan. Mitch Ross wants the win. Very close. I'm going to say fortune has been on the Blue Wave side tonight.
And Darien did get it. How about that?
They had a hands team out there. I think you saw Kevin Roach and some other guys out there on the front line. Different formation that we see week to week.
Yep.
I'm not sure who it was, but luckily we got the ball back, and now we've got favorable field position to start us off, Coop.
Yeah, that's what Darien definitely wanted. Falcons, not a great start, giving up a great field position. If they got the onside kick, it would have been a different story, though.
Almost like a sudden change situation out after Darien recovering that onside kick, and we'll see if they decide to try to strike quick. Trips out to the left. They'll hand it off to Wilson, picking up 5.
Got to give Dahl some credit there. It was a low snap. He was able to control it and give it to Wilson for about a 7-yard gain.
This is the most comfortable our offense has looked all year. Simeon looks a little settled. They didn't panic in the first half, and they capitalized on some errors.
Taking some time to get the call in.
Now this is the time you take a shot, right? 2nd and 5.
Trips out to the left.
Definitely 4-down territory for the Wave.
They'll give it to Wilson. He'll seemingly dive to pick up 2. Didn't dive for that first down. He was a couple yards short, so it'll be, call it 3rd and 2.
Looks like Duncan still can't go. Easterbrook.
We saw him check in a little bit. He's got that brace on his right knee.
Smart for the Blue Wave not to play Easterbrook. Up by 2 possessions.
Dahl will take it himself. Can he get there? It'll be close.
Yeah, they gave it to him. Designed run to 4. I think they're not using Simeon's athleticism enough. I'm really excited to see them in a big down. Put the ball in Fort's hands.
Dahl, a star basketball player for Darien during the winter time.
26-yard line.
Would kind of like to see Will Johnson out there at receiver tonight. Number 10 had a great 7-on-7 season. Played well early in the year. Hopefully we'll see him later in this half.
Now trips to the right. Dahl looking quick to McMullen. Complete. McMullen cuts back, gets dragged down. Not before picking up, call it 8 or 9 yards.
Tackle made by number 7, Jack Nagy.
Jack Nagy did a great job there. Didn't fall for the fake, and he was able to secure McMullen.
If we get down in these red zones, it's a little curious we don't maybe see some of those bigger receivers. You've got Connor Lane, who dials in at 6'4" with long reach. You got Kevin Roach, sophomore, who's like 6'8". Will Johnson, 6'1", too. Let's see what the Blue Wave dials up here.
They'll pitch it out to Wilson. Cuts up field, gets the first down, gets 4 or 5 more, moving the chains for Darien.
Great first down.
We'll see if they're within the 10 or not. It'll be close. Looks like they're at the 10 and a half or so. The 11.
Looks like the Hogs are getting into it a little bit there. Old Mad Dog number 77 had some words for the other side.
James Tom, the senior left guard, played center last year for the state championship winning team.
Recently committed to Tufts University.
Dahl, he's got time. Look at McMullen, way overthrown.
Number 3, Isaac McMullen falls incomplete. Bring up a 2nd down.
McMullen.
A little close if you look at the instant replay there. Looks like they had hands on McMullen.
Surprising no call there. McMullen wanted a pass interference call, did not get it.
2nd down and 10 from the 11-yard line.
think we're going to flood it left, roll him out left.
Trips to that left side. Dahl will take it himself. Cuts back. He'll decide to throw. Herget in the back of the end zone.
Beautiful catch,
Incomplete.
touchdown. Oh, let's see that again.
Thought he had it. He came down and dropped it as he hit the ground.
Okay.
Can't call that a catch. He was bracing it against his helmet.
Herget
had one
taking
foot
his
down.
time getting up.
Bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Looks like Simeon actually tried to fake run there, tuck it a little bit, and then catch him off guard.
Herget limping a bit. We'll see if he remains on the field. A necessary instrument to this Darien offense so far this season.
And there was a holding call on this play. So Darien will back up 10 yards.
Flag on the play. He's 2nd down and 15.
2nd and 15 from the 16. Twin receivers. Wilson to his left.
I like McMullen here. He's got a one-on-one matchup.
Finds Picorni. Picorni turns up field. Picorni rolling,
Wow.
reaching.
That was NFL style.
Touchdown, Blue Wave. 28-7 Darien goes up. 3 possessions, Brady Picorni.
Heck of an individual effort by number 5. I mean, you see the spin move. Let's watch it again here. Hit the B button, then extend for the pylon. Well executed.
An athletic play from Brady Picorni. Able to break his first tackle and dive for the pylon.
First Darien player not named Jake Wilson to score a touchdown tonight as Tucker Stevens lines up for the PAT. He's 2 for 2 so far.
And he's going to get that one to go.
3 for 3. 29-7 Darien.
It's too early to start talking highlights, but I think having 3 successful PATs for the Blue Wave is the type of advancement they need at this point in the season if they expect to do any damage down the road.
9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll take one more look at that. Play from Brady Picorni. With ease. Reaching in. Touchdown. And a timeout called by Fairfield Ludlow, is it? Or no timeout. I don't know why we have that graphic up on our screen right now.
I was wondering where you're coming from with that.
No timeout called. Darien will be kicking the ball off. Isaac McMullen specifically.
Darien's looked great tonight. They have a big matchup next week against Greenwich.
That'll be a huge test for the Wave. We won't look that far ahead yet, though. As more of a squib kind of kick from McMullen. Returned all the way back to the 40-yard line. Michael Palladino on the return. And the Ludlow offense will come back out on the field. Now, this Ludlow offense hasn't done much since that first drive of the game where they marched down the field easily, scoring to go up 7-0, and then it's been all Darien since then. They've had a few big breaks, a few big plays off a kick return, a couple runs, but nothing that has really turned into points, and that is something that the Falcons are looking to do here in the 3rd quarter in the 2nd half of play.
Opening with their full house formation. Typical direct snap.
Double fake handoff looks incomplete.
Receiver had no idea. He was blocking number 34.
Morgan Rupenstein.
Yeah, that was that's a new wrinkle Mitch Ross put in this week. They haven't shown the pass out of that formation. Looks like his players weren't on the same page.
The Falcons need to get back to their basics, run the ball hard, and it should open up the passing game for them.
I think number 11, John Kleinbeck, being out, junior receiver, a little bit of a hurt. I still think they're going to start looking to 24. He's at the top in the 1.
They'll be in that same formation again. This time one fake handoff, complete out to Mador. Picks up 5, maybe 6.
Andy, you brought up John Kleinbeck. He is out this week with an injury. He's definitely an athletic wide receiver for the Falcons. He's committed to Air Force for lacrosse.
Enough for a first down.
So much lacrosse talent in this county.
And they're giving Fairfield Ludlow a first down after that, I guess.
I think we're going to see more of number 24. He's a big, strong receiver.
He's definitely got the size matchup against number 24, James Schwinn.
Sticking with the full house.
Fake handoff. Looks across, knocked down. Couldn't tell, was that knocked down or did that get caught up in the hands of Davis Watley?
Mac McGarren might have gotten a hand on that one.
3 very athletic linebackers, seniors for the Blue Wave, in Mac McGarren, J.D. Brennan, and Leighton Reeser. Maybe not your big traditional linebackers, but very athletic. A little bit more speed.
They're loving that full house this drive. Faking the handoff, throwing once again, complete to Medor for the first.
Pass complete to number 24.
Down to the Darien 40-yard line.
Down, first and 10, Falcon.
Ludlow putting together a bit of a drive. They've been throwing the ball a lot this drive. Not really looking at that run game with Aaron Field. I don't even know if Aaron Field has touched the ball this drive.
I don't believe he has. This is exactly what Ludlow wants to do. You know, play their own game, not force any passes.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a pass interference call on number 24, James Schwinn.
That'll be a big pickup for Fairfield Ludlow. They went with the double fake handoff once more.
JD was right there, and Schwinn just got caught up at 24. Bit unfortunate.
Schwinn wasn't able to turn around and make a play on the ball.
Pass interference.
8, 9, and 10 have been the big 3 for Fairfield Ludlow. 8 and 10 haven't done much this drive. Number 9, Jackson Cook's been throwing the ball a ton.
Yep, kind of surprising they're not going to field right now.
We'll see what they do here.
There you
now
go.
they do.
He's got a big lane.
Palladino around the outside, dragged down
Carry by number 10, Michael Palladino.
by Morgan Rubenstein.
Palladino did a great job there. Didn't find the hole, bounced it outside, and got a 10-yard gain for the Falcons.
First and 10
Moving the chains.
from the Darien 13-yard line.
This is what Fairfield Ludlow needs. They are within the red zone now, within striking distance. We'll see. Do they look to Medor?
I think they're
on
going
that far left side?
Yep, love that.
They'll give it to Palladino around the outside. Can he get by? Almost getting to that first down.
10, Michael Palladino.
2nd and inches.
Yeah, great tackle there from Robert Macalos to stop the touchdown.
9 3/4. Bring up 2nd and short.
It's a gritty drive by Fairfield. We knew coming in that the bloodiest saddle at the end would matter most. And right now they're showing they got a little grit and fight still in them.
Do they break out Aaron Field now? They haven't used him yet.
2nd and inches. Definitely an Aaron Field call right here.
They give it to him. Can he get there? Yes, he can.
Carry by number 8, Aaron Field.
Aaron Field does a great job at getting those extra yards. As you saw there, he was able to lunge for the first down.
For a Falcon
First and goal.
Be first and goal.
For the Falcons, 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Curious,
Ludlow.
will we see any personnel changes, bring in any big boys, any different DBs?
Looks
Nope.
like they're keeping the same unit out there. Who do
Nice
they go
tackle.
for?
Carry by number 8.
That's Field. J.D. Brennan was in the backfield in a second on top of that.
Great play by JD.
JD shot the gap there and got to Field almost immediately.
JD, always one of the most quiet kids out there, got the best posture you'll ever see, and a heck of a linebacker.
Second and goal now.
I think you go over the top. I think that's what you're going to do here, Doriso. Right to 24.
They've used Medor once this drive. Will they go for him again? No. Yes, they will. He wasn't looking.
Pass intended for number 24.
Looks like that throw is behind him.
Almost looked like route confusion to me.
Jackson Cook might have had a different idea of what Mador was doing on that one.
Cook just missed number 24 on a quick slant there. Didn't have much time in the pocket as the pocket collapsed almost immediately on him.
Well, you're definitely 2 down territory. Let's see what Mitch dials up on third.
Nine yards away from the end zone.
Would like to see them cut Leighton Reeser loose right here. Let's see if we can get some heat
from Reeser today.
They've been sending Brennan, and that's about it.
Now over the top, almost intercepted by Girolamo. Pass intended for Palladino.
Pass complete.
And there is going to be a flag on the play here.
We'll see what the call is after that 3rd and goal from the 9.
And it looks like
holding.
It's going to be holding against the defense.
Unfortunate.
That's a tough break for Darien.
Big helper for the Falcons.
As Ludlow gets a new set of downs.
Penalty on Darien. Brings the ball.
I didn't see the hold. I'm going to assume it was in the backfield.
3rd and goal.
I don't understand why we don't huddle. I'm just going to say it. Having 11 guys turn and look over, I think you're losing part of the chemistry and the bonding that happens in the huddle.
3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Cook in shotgun. Field to his left. Trips out to the left.
Rolling left.
Critical 3rd. Darien bringing the heat. Reeser around the outside. Cook breaks through. Cook in for the score. Touchdown, Fairfield Ludlow. They're within 2 possessions now of Darien.
That was a great play from Cook there. He sensed the pressure coming off his side from Leighton Reeser. Came up the middle and scored the touchdown for the Falcons.
Number 9, Jackson Cook.
They found a soft spot up the middle all night that worked on that first drive a bunch, and we're seeing it again here at a clutch moment for the Falcons.
They're going to go for 2.
Smart move here. Got to go for 2 as Darien's first touchdown. They got the 2-point conversion.
Looking up to Mador. Can't get his hands on it. Incomplete. 29-13 remains our score.
Good job, Wave. Just got to break it up. Nicely done, James Schwinn. Ooh.
Mador almost came down with it, but there is going to be a flag on the field.
What does that call for?
And I'm guessing it's going to be against the Falcons.
It is. And
as they walk off the field.
Darien declines. So 29-13, to reiterate, remains our score. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Darien return unit back out onto the field. The last time Fairfield Ludlow kicked that ball away, they went for the onside-er. Darien was still able to recover it, though. After the ball bounced between a few hands, it was rolling around on the ground. Blue Wave recovered. They went down and scored. Now lining up to kick once again, Caleb McNeil, the senior.
Darien definitely ready for the onside kick here. They got Chase Lane and Kevin Roach right in front of it. Both play wide receiver.
Picorni is back alone, and they'll kick to Picorni. Looking. Now along the sideline. And they'll be taken out at the 40-yard line, so great field position for Darien to start this next drive.
Solid return from Picorni. The special teams definitely did their job there. They blocked well, and now they're going to take advantage of that and have great field position.
Twin receivers. Wilson picks up 1. Second down and 9.
Tackle made by
I tell you what, if I go to the line and I see Herget with 23, 8 yards off, I think you give Simeon the right to audible there.
I agree, Andy. I definitely think a one-on-one with Herget, 50-50 ball, definitely what Darien wants to do. But Ludlow looked great on that last possession, so Darien might try to slow down the game by handing it off to Wilson.
Burn a little clock, get to the 4th.
Dahl looking to the right side. He'll throw to Picorni. Picorni picking up the first. Simeon Dahl is a guy that has proven he can run the ball. They don't draw up a lot of runs for him, though. Usually it's out of instinct, under pressure, or off of a roll. He'll choose himself to take it upfield.
I think it'd be a great time, Dylan, to see him pull one out. We've run it with 12 a bunch. Let's see him just pull it out, bust one out for about 40 yards. Did want to comment, I think Brady Picorni on the second efforts. I mean, that kid catches the ball, and he's looking to get extra. And that type of attitude and mentality, that is what we need out of the wave right now.
Trips to the right side. Dahl will drop back. Flushed out to his left. Dahl looking over to McMullen. McMullen cuts back.
Thank you.
Easy pass interference call.
Yeah, that's easy.
For those referees, and the Ludlow fans do not like it, but that one was pretty obvious. McMullen was fighting to get back to the ball, and Nagy did not even make a play for that ball.
Yeah, Nagy just didn't allow McMullen to come back to the ball, and that's a clear PI there.
Penalty on the Falcons. Pass interference.
Moving the chains. 3:25 to go in the third quarter of play. 29-13, our score. First and 10 for the Wave. This time trips to the left, ball on that right side hash. Wilson on the left hip of quarterback Simeon Dahl. He'll give it to Wilson. Wilson finding a few holes. Wilson continuing to drive those feet, making it all the way down to the 20-yard line, putting the Blue Wave in the red zone.
Excellent balance right here. Great run by Jake.
First and 10 once more for Darien. What do we think here?
Well, you know what I say, we're on the right hash. I want to see him roll out left. Let's clear him out with some routes, and let's get it, let's hand it to Jake up the middle.
Wilson holding on to that ball. He got bodied. Still picking up 5 yards.
Jake Wilson, tackle made by.
Wilson had a lot of room there if Tom was able to get up to that second level and seal off that man.
Looked like junior Freddie Casarari, if I'm saying that correctly.
Handoff number 12, Jake Wilson for a no gain. Bring up second down.
Second and 3 for the Blue Wave now. From the 14-yard line.
I'd like to see number 28 over the middle.
Trevor Herget hasn't scored today. He's had a couple big gains. Herget a double move. Herget to the back. Incomplete, broken up by Jack Nagy.
Incomplete, broken up by number 7.
Almost redeeming himself Jack after that pass interference a few plays ago.
Jack Nagy had great vision there. He was on Picorni, but saw that the ball was going elsewhere and was able to get back over to a wide open Herget to break up the pass.
Really good defensive play.
Falcons fans coming alive here. 4th and 5 for the Wave.
Trips to the left side, Wilson to the right. Ludlow's going to bring it. Dahl, the screen to McMullen. Turning it upfield. McMullen stopped way short. Nothing coming from that.
Number 3.
Ludlow ball. as the Darien offense defense takes the field.
Nothing there for McMullen. He caught that pass immediately, and there was a Falcons defender right up in his face.
Puff, it's all if you're throwing the ball behind the marker. Then you need an athlete who's going to be able to make a big play for you, and if you're catching it in front of the marker, it just makes it a lot harder. Now the defense is out there. Let's see what we got. We need a big stop for the wave.
Ludlow back in that full house. They are loving that. Darien not afraid to pack the line. Ball swatted. That's the third time this game a ball has been deflected down.
Barber's making his presence with his hands.
What do we got in the middle? We got Hagan and Dash. And then you got A.J. Kelly and Jack Barber on the ends of the D-line. Got a lot of depth here. A couple seniors we haven't seen yet. Jack Maher, Ryan Serrano. Maybe we'll see them out there on the defense soon.
2nd and 10 for the Falcons. Looking across, complete to Medor. He's dragged down by Schwind, a couple yards short of the first.
Andy, you brought up Dash Ross. He recently just joined the team. What kind of a presence do you think he brings to this football team?
Cooper, it's like a Netflix special with this guy. He joins the team like 3 weeks ago. He starts against Wilton, and he's had nothing but positive impact. I mean, we don't see him jumping off sides. He seems to know the schemes. And the word is, and you guys know better than I do, he's incredibly fit.
Extremely fit. Bodybuilder at that. Should see him walking around the hallways. He's a big kid. And a little fun fact about that Wilton start, that was his 2nd time putting on pads. The first time being the day before in practice.
They sent Reeser off the edge, but they hit the hole.
Big gain. Big pickup for Palladino.
Palladino definitely got a big hit there from Garamo.
Yeah, they sent Reeser, and then it just kind of hit the hole. Great tackle by Garamo. Nice tabletop, old school football tackle.
Got a little flex on Palladino at the end of that play.
You know, you mentioned Dash. Griffin Steinkraus, who went to private school this year, was a junior with this group, who was an outstanding defensive tackle, and it's been a big hole to fill. So having Dash and some other guys rotate through like Silsby has been fantastic, because Griffin was a wonderful player, good kid.
I believe Dash used to play for Greenwich High School before coming down to Darien.
.48 seconds left here in the third. Dylan, what do you think? 1st and 10.
Yeah, normally I'm not much of an analyst, but 1st and 10 for Ludlow here. I think you got to go back to field. They've been running that full house all day. They've been throwing the ball a bunch, and I think now you got to go back to what's been working. The full house worked on the last drive, but I think Darien's starting to pick it up.
I think Aaron Field plays both ways, and they clearly have been not scheming him in the second half. And I don't know if he's a little dinged up. I'm not sure what's going on there, but he definitely...
And you don't want to, if you're Fairfield Ludlow, you don't want to overthink things either. You don't want to be saying, oh, I think Darien knows that he's our guy. Everybody knows that Aaron Field is your guy. If you're playing any team, they're watching the film, they know that Aaron Field is the guy. And Aaron Field's been executing despite that.
I don't think he's out there right now.
Field is off on the sideline.
Ball's out.
Looking incomplete for Aguilar.
As we progress throughout this game, it looks like the Falcons receivers are just having miscommunication with their quarterback. Didn't really look like he was expecting the pass there. Turned his head late, and the ball was already past him.
A lot of back shoulder throws, and you got to expect maybe Cook's expecting other routes.
I'm gonna chalk that up to two things. I think John Kleinbeck being out hurts them. Number 11's been a great receiver for them this year. I also think when you start with the trickery of putting in a running quarterback for the first few plays, it doesn't allow Cook to come in and get his rhythm.
And Palladino, if we remember, started the game appearing as the quarterback. Cook looking, overthrows Aguilar.
Pass intended for number 3, Jake Aguilar, falls incomplete.
A second intended pass for Aguilar and a second incomplete one in a row.
That's back-to-back overthrown balls from Cook to Allegar.
It feels like pick 6 time, Puff. It's 3rd and long. They know it's coming. The miscommunication you called out. If I'm a defensive back on the field right now, I am salivating.
Definitely a huge opportunity for the corners, safeties, linebackers out there.
Let's see if the hose can't get one and take it to the house.
Robert McElhose with a pick earlier in this one. Quick throw to Medor. Trying to fight, can't get there. James Schwinn doing a good job wrapping up, not letting him get any extra yards. 4th down and 3 or 4 for the Falcons with 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter of play.
Big tackle there from Schwinn. Going against that taller receiver. He was able to bring him down almost instantly after that catch, not allowing any extra yards.
And it is a little early that we would be expecting to see a sense of urgency, but Fairfield Ludlow is going to elect to go for it anyway. No need for any desperation at this point in the game, despite being down just 2 possessions, but you know.
And that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter with the score, Darien.
That'll actually bring us to the end of the 3rd. 29-13 our score. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back here in a few moments on the DAF Media Network. Back here for the final quarter of play at Taft Field in Fairfield, Connecticut. Darien currently has the lead, 29-13. 4th and 3 for the Falcons. They're going to go for it. Throws to Field to the outside. Field fighting. Flag is down.
Carry by Aaron Field.
Some alliteration on that statement. It'll be down 2 yards short. We'll see what the call is here. I believe holding. I think I saw that motion, unsure.
Oh, good. Holding would be better for the wave.
Some conversing between officials.
Flag is against the Falcons.
And they're bringing in number 77, James Tom, to that front line of the defense.
Nope. Offense on the field now. That was 4th down.
My mistake.
And now Darien on the offensive side of the field.
Turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Wave.
And the Blue Wave with a chance now.
37.
Maybe not quite a dagger, but this could be a big chance for them to go up and try to put this game out of reach for the Falcons. Dahl. A pitch to Wilson. Wilson taken down a couple yards past the line. Picked up 1 or 2. We've seen them go to that pitch a few times today with Jake Wilson. 3 or 4 times now. He scored on it earlier.
Well, you sweep him out right to set up Sim to the left. Give him some space to roll out, maybe find Picorni or Herget. Interesting, they're not stacking the trips like they just did on the short side.
Dahl looks incomplete to Herget.
Pass falls incomplete.
Uncharacteristic mistake of Trevor.
It is getting quite cold down here on Taft Field. So Herget's hands
might be a bit chilly.
Yeah. Almost looked like route confusion to me. I'm not sure.
Looked like Dahl was about to throw the ball to McMullen, then he hesitated for a second, then he threw to Herget, and then Herget couldn't hold on to it. 3rd down and 9. trips to the left. Dahl will look straight to the left. Hit as he threw it. Incomplete pass. 4th down and 9. And Cooper, what do you think? 4th down territory?
For sure. The Blue Wave up a couple of possessions. Definitely 4th down territory. Never mind. They're bringing out the punt team.
The goal here will be to pin the Falcons deep. Herget, known to have a pretty big foot, he'll have to control the distance here.
Big change from the decisions we saw last week against Wilton, right? We had some times when we thought we might punt. We went for it. Now we're choosing to pin them. A little bit more of a conservative, conventional call. Oh, boy.
High and over. Herget's picks it up. Still going to punt it away. And a beautiful punt at that. That'll keep rolling. How about that? Jumping down on it at about the 12-yard line. Bad turning into good.
Definitely looked like Darien was going to have some trouble there, but Herget's got a big leg and was able to bring it back almost to the 10.
He picked that ball up, turned around, and had a pretty beautiful kick, if you ask me. That ball was almost spiraling.
100%. Kept us calm, picked it up, still had space, made a good decision. Heck of a play. Do you feel like this is turnover time?
First, and 10 from the 12. I don't know where I got third from. 10:50 to go.
The Wave would like to see somebody get home, maybe Walker Brown or Jack Barber.
Let's see, they're out of that full house now. Handing it off quickly.
That's
now up the middle. All the way down the field. Malco's trying to track him down. Aaron Field with a huge gain for the Falcons. Robert Malco's had to put in the work to drag him down. Aaron Field.
Huge opening up the middle. That's definitely been a weak point for the Darien defense. The Falcons have had multiple rushing yards right up the middle for huge gains. Luckily, Maclos uses his speed to catch up to Fields here.
It's a great play by Ludlow. I never had a fear, though. I knew the hose would chase him down. Just unfortunate that we haven't been able to cure that up the middle run.
1st and 10 from the 25. Fairfield Ludlow with a chance to get right back in this game.
Right to 24. No.
They'll hand it off this time to Michael Palladino. He's taken down at the 17, excuse me.
Schwinn brings him down with the help of Maclos. Maclos, also a rugby and house basketball star.
7 yards, be 2nd down and 3.
Maclos, an all-around great athlete.
Senior A.J. Kelly just checked back in. D-end.
Let's see what the Darien line chooses to do here and what the linebackers choose to do as well.
Kelly's had to fill a huge role here this year as David Ivanchek graduated last year.
Now over the top to Medor, incomplete.
Looked like Medor could have caught that one.
Seemed like it was a little out of reach to his right, perhaps. Schwinn was there on the defensive side.
Looks like Cook just checked out, so I don't know if we're going to go straight to Field with this. Maybe a little wildcat offense.
Schwinn hobbling. He's going to look for a replacement. Jack Barber coming out as well. Herget comes on.
Herget and Walker Brown both just checked in.
Darien maybe looking for a quicker line. Aaron Field picks up a few.
And it looks like there might be a face mask penalty coming against Darien, which will put the Falcons 1st and goal.
9:22 to go in the 4th. Referees still discussing.
That's what it's going to be.
Against Darien.
Life
enough for a
back into the Fairfield Ludlow stands.
Need a big play right here. Let's get one of our seniors to step up for the Wave.
From the 8-yard line. Picking up a few. Down to the 4.
Carried by number 8, Aaron Field. Brings up a 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
You got Hagan in there. I wonder if you don't want to put a little more beef on that D line right now.
Maybe bring in someone like James Tom. He can definitely fill that gap. He's played D line in the past, so he's got the experience that Darien needs.
Got the heavy full house.
Sending J.D. Brennan.
Aaron Field around the outside, direct snap. Dragged down at the 1.
Carried by Aaron Field.
Mac McGarren almost got him behind the line.
I think that was Leighton Reeser, number 7.
Third and goal.
Heck of a pursuit from behind by 7.
Fairfield Ludlowe crowd getting loud. Here's a chance for the Falcons to get right back in this thing.
You know what's coming.
This would be a huge score for the Falcons.
Darien bringing the heat,
they
breaks
definitely
through.
got it there.
Touchdown, Ludlow. 29-19. And now they need a 2-point conversion.
I think they go back to what they just ran. Push everyone right to the middle. It works great. They got a lot of push there, and it was an easy touchdown for them.
Listen to that Falcon screech. The crowd is alive.
Aaron Fields
for the
with his
Falcons.
second touchdown of the game. He's had a big day.
They're going to go for 2, and they need to get this.
Wasn't really involved in the first half of that drive, but once they crossed half, they gave it to him.
Must convert type situation here for Fairfield Ludlow. Cook.
Nope. Did
They're
not
going
get
to mark
there.
him
Get
just
there.
short. Almost got it with the second effort dive.
Ball short. The score, Darien 29, Fairfield Ludlow 19.
Eight minutes, a lot of time.
Maybe an onside kick here
Big
for the
push.
Falcons. They've done it before. They might do it again.
Hometown crowd starting to come alive here.
Still a 2-possession game, though. We'll see. Do we see an onside kick here, or is it too early for a risky play like that?
Darien putting some people out there with great hands. McMullen, Wilson, Roach, and Lane. As well as Luke Caesar. And they're going to give it back to Picorni.
Great boot.
Yep, nice kick.
How's Picorni going to do? Solid return, getting up to the 30 and more. Still going, 36.
And there's going to be a flag down.
And
Kevin Roach, number 81.
6, Teddy Yakov.
There's multiple flags down on the field. Looked like it got a little chippy over towards that Darien sideline.
Be first down for the Darien Blue Wave.
Definitely
at
not
the
what Darien wanted.
34-yard line.
Looks like it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct against Darien, pushing them back 15 yards.
Really unfortunate.
Flag on the play.
Refs
Discussion.
still discussing the play.
We look at the scoreboard now, 29-19. This game a lot closer than it was earlier in the half. And it almost seemed like Darien was going to run away with it when they went up 29-7, but Ludlow has jumped right back in.
And if you look at your screen, you just missed it. I believe that Rob Trefone, the old Darien head coach, is over towards that Darien sideline.
Blue Wave.
Still an avid fan of the Blue Wave, despite not being a part of the staff anymore, coming out to support on the sideline.
First and 10, Darien at the
Well, when you've got
24-yard line.
Forget, who spent 3 or 4 years head coach at Ludlow, and then you got Mitch Ross, who spent nearly 12 years with Trefone over at Darien. You got to think a little bit of a grudge match there, little brotherly hate.
Trefone,
Absolutely.
maybe choosing his side. Staying with the Wave.
Trips out to the right. Dahl. He wants McMullen. McMullen is there. picks up 8.
Pass complete to number 3, Isaac McMullen.
I believe that's your phone after
55,
retiring from Darien. Helped out the Stanford High School for a little bit.
Jack Ransom.
Rob had a heck of a run. 129 wins, 26 losses over 13 years.
Dahl, this time to Bacorny, complete.
It's a good first down.
Bacorny's had a great game.
Pass complete.
1 touchdown, a bunch of receptions.
5,
He's definitely shown out this game.
Tackle made by
He's got excellent hands and he runs really hard.
Ramsey Adams.
Darien kind of pushing the tempo here, which is a bit surprising. Still up a score.
Blue Wave not afraid to try to put some more on the board. They know they're not out of the woods yet as Wilson
Great effort by
fighting
Jake.
for every last yard, picking up 9.
The Blue Wave O-line's done a great job this second half. They gave Jake a bunch of holes, and he's found them, picking up a bunch of yards there. Second and about 1 for the Blue Wave.
Trips to the left side now. Wilson to the right.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dahl throws it to his left side. He loves having trips to the left.
See if he reads the safety.
And it's a handoff to Wilson.
Got the first.
Carried by number 12, Jake Wilson.
6 minutes, 30 seconds
Tackle made by
remaining.
number 8, Aaron Field.
Falcons definitely have to come up with a huge
First
defensive
down,
play.
first and 10 from the 50.
Stop them here before they get into 4-down territory.
As you guys know, at the end of the game, the team with the most points on the board is going to win.
I agree completely.
I believe I just found that out.
Here's Dahl in shotgun as always.
Dahl looks left.
Finds Herget, complete inside the 35-yard line. Darien driving,
Pass complete number 28.
and the Fairfield Ludlow fans have gone almost silent once more.
Number 55, Jack Ransom.
Herget dropped his last pass there, but he just does such a great job at creating separation that he catches the ball and has a bunch of open space. Yards after catch.
Some people say it's not complicated. Just get the ball to your best athlete. Let the athlete do the rest.
Trips to the right now. Ball on the left hash. Dahl taking a second. 5.5 minutes left.
See the back judge raise his hand. He knows 5.
Wilson picks up 3.
Hand of number 12, Jake Wilson. Tackle made by number 8, Aaron Field.
Still surprised we don't see some of these different receivers out there. I feel like you got so much depth and talent. I feel like a Will Johnson or a Connor Lane would make sense.
They've been sticking.
Second down.
Not
the
much
same
substitution for that offense. Only a couple changes on the O-line, but wide receiver-wise, running back-wise, quarterback, they've been staying the same.
Yeah, he's going to wait for the back judge.
They're just going to run some clock here.
Wait till he waves hello. There it is. How are you doing, Simeon? Okay, I'll snap it.
Simeon to McMullen. McMullen complete,
Great
stays in
catch.
bounds. 3rd and 1. That clock will keep on running.
Great heads-up play by McMullen to stay in bounds.
Yeah, McMullen there with just a nice little
So
button
third down
hook.
and 1.
With the mix, McMullen, McGuckin, you've got 2 really good possession receivers.
Usually you would have Liam McBride, currently injured, recently committed to Denison University to play football.
Number 2, coming to practice on Monday, I'm told.
And that'll be a
Oh,
And they draw him offsides.
Darien getting Liam back right before Greenwich. Huge for them. He's a talented wide receiver.
Absolutely. I think you look back at the St. Joe's game where it was scoreless going into the fourth quarter. So you had 3.5 quarters with no points. And it begs the question, if you had Trevor Herget on offense and you had Liam McBride out there, does that first game look a little different for Simeon, who basically only had a few reps in the previous year?
Liam also brings height to that wide receiver core.
Dahl looking left.
He's got him.
Wide open. Jake Wilson, touchdown number 4 for Big 1-2. And with under 4 minutes to go in this game, that makes it a 3-possession game and a dagger.
Yeah, nice little ball by Sim, putting some air under it. The wheel route, very popular with the Blue Wave. Saw it last year with Comiskey, seen a bunch this year with 12. Well executed. Could be the kill shot they need.
And I said 3-possession game. Not quite yet. Tucker Stevens has got to make this kick first.
And there was just no one out there.
Tommy Karczewski on the hold. Sophomore. Ball's up.
Tucker, perfect up.
Then he
no
misses
good.
That one right.
Oh, tough to see from this angle.
I agree. I thought it was in.
Jake Wilson with his 11th touchdown of the season. He's definitely having a great year.
Well, Puff, you know this upsets me greatly. I was really looking for a complete game. Nice catch by Wilson there on the wheel route. 4 touchdowns for the senior.
And this remains a 2-possession game. That would be if Ludlow score 2 touchdowns and convert the 2-point conversions.
Back for the Falcons, number 8, Aaron Field, number 10, Michael Palladino.
Herget back out to kick for the Wave now.
I got word from my advisor, Damian Andrew, that he'd like to see Will Johnson come into the game at wide receiver. Another DAF.
DAF Media member right there, hockey commentator specifically. Can't wait to see him back on the mic this winter. Herget sends this one down. And we return by Field. Field breaking to the outside, dragged down
Kickoff return
by number 21, Ryan Gerlamo.
It's a great football play by Ryan. If he doesn't make that tackle, we might have had a problem there for the Wave.
On the 29-yard line.
3.5 minutes remaining in this one. 35-19 our score. And Ludlow had a bit of a comeback brewing. Who knows if that will continue at this point. Darien's got some momentum after their touchdown.
If I'm Ludlow, I'm going heavy with number 8 and 24 right now.
Here's Jackson Cook. Rolls out to his right. Cook over, looking for Palladino, incomplete.
It's a good close by the hose, number 22, Robert McElhose.
As we mentioned earlier, Robert McElhose with a pick back in the first half to end it.
Got a blue waiver down, looks like a cramp.
Yeah, appears to be a Charlie horse. That's Dash, I believe. Dash Ross. Cramping up a bit, hobbling off the field. He'll be back on in a couple of plays.
Looks like we've gone to 3 down linemen and added a kind of a nickel back here with Trevor Herget at number 28.
Fakes the throw, hands it off. Breaking up the middle, Field cutting back. Beats Reeser, beats Schwinn. Field still going. Robert McElhose finally knocks him out of bounds. Huge pickup for Aaron Field down at the 21-yard line.
For a gain of 50 yards, it'll be a first down.
That's a big one for the Falcons, putting them right back in this game.
Number 8 is a fantastic football player. Both sides of the ball tonight. Field's been getting after it. The hose in full effect, chasing him down once again.
Now looking across, complete to Aguilar.
Pass complete to number 3, Jake Aguilar. From number 9, Jackson Cook. for a gain of
It's a good throw, good catch.
9 yards.
Aguilar's been a big part of their offense. We haven't seen a lot of him tonight.
A handoff quickly down at the line. Do they get the first?
Carry by number 8, Aaron Field.
I thought so, but maybe not.
Doesn't quite look like they'll give it to him. Now,
It's enough for
it's
a
near
Falcon
side
first
ref.
down.
Giving it to him.
Be first and goal.
First
from the
and
10-yard
goal
line.
now, that means, for the Falcons. A critical one at that. 2:20 to go in the game. That clock is running. And you got to see a sense of urgency now from Fairfield Ludlow.
Well, Ludlow's student section had a sense of urgency that about half of them have left. See if he goes over the top here, 24.
Cook looking.
Oh,
Aguilar.
turf monster got him.
Pass
Yep.
falls incomplete.
That was just a high throw, too. Jake Aguilar, not the tallest player on the field. Clock
Long first and goal.
stops at 2 minutes left.
Think you got Field out of the backfield. Try to hit him with a pass right here. There
Cook.
it is.
Quick throws, complete. Touchdown, Aaron Field. Andy Von Kennel predicting that one. And now Ludlow needs a 2-point conversion here.
Darien's had a lot of difficulty covering Field out of the backfield, and he's making them pay.
It's a heck of a throw, heck of a catch. All season long, Falcons have loved 8 out of the backfield, especially in the 2x2 set.
Ludlow needs this 2-point conversion.
He sneaks out. The linebacker's got to find him. Cook finds him. Threads the needle. Nice catch going down. I feel like we've been calling Aaron Field's number all night.
This is big. Trips to the right. Field to the right. Rolls to the right. Whistle blown.
Flag on the play.
False start.
Falcons.
Yikes. That's going to bite the Falcons. Cook now looking incomplete, nobody home.
2-point.
And Darien remains up 10, up 2 possessions, and now
Score.
Got to
35,
expect
Fairfield 25.
that onside kick. It's coming. Darien's probably going to be ready for it.
Ludlow's going to need 2 onside kicks and a touchdown. Down by 2 possessions. It's going to be hard for them to come back.
I'd love to see Clifton Shelton pick this one up and take it to the house. Is that inappropriate of me, Puff?
I don't think it is. Clifton, a junior this year, running back behind Jake Wilson.
And that failed 2-point conversion, sucking a lot of the life out of Fairfield Ludlow. That being the dagger in this one, seemingly. Still 2 minutes to go. But at this point, Darien up 2 possessions. And if they recover this, we might almost be able to call this one over. More of a high kick there. I don't know how to describe that one. Bit of a pop fly, I guess you could say.
A little bit of a pooch kick. Well placed, but Clifton Shelton made a heck of a catch on it. Good job, 33.
Shelton with the return. Be first down and 10.
Darien,
For Darien.
most likely just going to kneel out the rest of the game.
Well, I tell you what, they're both 3 and 2. You've got number 8 and number 10 in Class L, in kind of an evenly matched game throughout. I mean, I think Darien started to pull away, but Ludlow had some fight.
Ludlow, if we look all the way back, Ludlow struck first in this one. Darien went on, scored 3 straight touchdowns. Then they scored another Then Ludlow was able to score, put a couple on the board. Darien scored again, Ludlow again. Now here we are. Darien with a 10-point lead. Wilson. I was just about to say 7-yard gain. He kept going, though. Almost picking up the first. Flag down.
Face mask, I think.
I think we've already seen 2 of those tonight.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts for the Falcons. This is the magic of math, though. 4-2 feels a lot different than 3-3.
Definitely, for sure. That's exactly what Darien wanted to do coming into the game. Ludlow wanted to do the same. Unfortunately, it was a little too late.
The Blue Wave will head into next week, likely 4-2, and they will host the Greenwich Cardinals. That will be their toughest challenge of the year, without question.
Simeon waiting for his friend to wave again.
Plenty of time ticking off the clock.
There it is. Hello, Sim. Snap.
Hands it off to Wilson. Wilson, 2 or 3, doesn't matter though. Darien just going to let that clock run. Timeout called by Ludlow, actually. Players headed to their respective benches for the quick timeout. And at this point in the game, if you're Ludlow, there really isn't much you can do with the amount of time left and the position that Darien is in. This win is just about secured.
Coach was just in there telling him, rip the ball out. You see that? Rip it out. Get it. 8 points on the board. Takes you to 33. Field goal wins it. They're still believing. The Falcons believe.
Coach Ross always believing, and I'll tell you, we didn't really see as many trick plays as we thought we would. They pulled out a bunch last year. They had, you know, their double fakes with that full house look. We saw the onside kick to start.
It was more just new wrinkles. It was starting with 10 at quarterback, a little bit of a wildcat look, and then as you just described, showing the full house, but a passing attack.
Now the pitch to Wilson.
Stay in bounds.
Wilson
Nice.
sliding. Good heads-up play. Clock will continue to run. Timeout called Ludlow. They're not giving up.
Bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Darien gets this first down. It will be game.
You know, I thought we might see Shelton in at this point, but I guess when it's a 10-point game, they want to keep giving it to the senior 12 captain. Let him hold the rock.
Yeah, very little change coming on the offensive side. Defensive side, they changed up the schemes and players out there.
As you can see here, yeah, the fans have emptied out a little bit. Ludlow coaches are still coaching them up, but the fans are saying, we're going home to get warm.
Temperature keeps on dropping here. It's getting cold.
What do you think? Forget goes over the top to one of his receivers, or we just hand it to Wilson?
I'd say at this point, he's just going to end it, go out happy with this win. Because we were talking before the game. You said, you know, this is a game. Fairfield Ludlow is a team that can surprise you.
Absolutely.
And both these teams are coming into this one 3-2. Coach Ross, he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Didn't pull them all out today. As
Nope.
Wilson
Great
jumping
first
over
down.
for the first.
Now, very similar teams, well-matched game, big win for the Wave. Didn't get the last PAT, but I think we saw improvements in special teams. That phase will be critical going forward. And I think this is the most comfortable we've seen the offense look. So I'd say that's a step in the right direction for the Wave.
I agree. Darien came out a little shaky, got stopped on their first drive. But after that first touchdown, they were rolling throughout the game, not letting the Falcons defense do much to them.
Greenwich Cardinals have a huge front five, and you guys are going to, if you're doing the call, you're going to have a blast saying their running back's name. The kid's got a great name, great football name.
Can't wait. Cooper and I will be on that game next Saturday afternoon.
And that brings us to the end of the game.
Time
Darien
ticks down in this one. Final score, Darien 35, Fairfield Ludlow 25. The Blue Wave prevail, 4-2 their record now, as they march into next week where they will host the Greenwich Cardinals at home. Dylan DeRiso, Cooper Puff, Andy Von Kendall. Andy, thank you so much for coming on today. It was an absolute pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me, guys. What a fun night. Good win for the Wave.
Cooper, it was quite the game. We saw a lot of back and forth. It was a fun one. But at the end of it all, Darien comes out with the win. We'll give a thanks to our crew, Damian Andrew, Sam Donnelly, Braden Shank, excuse me, Will Donnelly. Damian Andrew, of course, working the ISO camera today. That'll do it here. DAF Media, of course, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. We'd like to thank you all so much for watching, and have a nice Friday night.